I'll repeat, if you can put your finger there and look at it and your finger's in focus, then you can do this technique. And notice I've not used the word cross-eyed. You do not need to go like that, okay? It's no more than you do in normal everyday life. Now there is a variety of little bits of kit that you can get. If you really are going to struggle with the cross-viewing method, you can splash out £2.99 and get yourself a little set of lenses like this. You put them up onto your nose like that, you hold the image at the correct distance like that, and you get 3D. They have to be set in what we call parallel. In other words, the left photo goes on the left, the right photo goes on the right, and then you can, these bits of plastic lens bring the image together. I got excited when I saw these on the web. I bought half a dozen pairs for friends to use. I have to say, the results are really disappointing by comparison with free viewing, the cross method, the cross view method, okay? Much better if you can do it. Now, let's move on to video, because all of that applies to video. I thought to myself, I was on holiday, I thought if I can do it with a photo, surely I can do it with video. We had 2 cameras with us on holiday. My daughter had one, I had one. And do you know what I did? I held them up like that, put them together, zoomed into the same amount, lined them up, yeah, and hit play on both of them. And I got a video out of that one and video out of that one. Got them on the computer, swapped the videos over, okay? And then here was the difficult bit. The difficult bit was finding how to synchronize the video so they both start at the same point. And on the holiday trip, I made sure I was filming somebody walking, and I watched for their right foot hitting the ground on the one video, and then I found exactly the same frame on the other video where the right foot hits the ground, and I cut off all the frames before that, so both videos would then start at the same point. Luckily, QuickTime Pro is very cheap, about 10 quid here in the UK, $20 or so, has a facility to be able to add one video into another, a bit like you see on the TV. If you watch on Sundays, you sometimes see programs for the hard of hearing, and in the bottom corner, down where I'm pointing, down here, there will be somebody who's doing sign language. Okay, so that's one picture inside another, and QuickTime Pro allows you to do that. All I do is put them both in the same window, and I move one across by 640 pixels, which is the width of the picture, and then both play side by side. Those results were pretty good, despite the fact that I was struggling to hold the cameras and line them up and so on. And actually at that time, one camera was shooting at 30 frames a second, the other at 15. I was a bit fed up with that. So I've saved some money and I've waited, and eventually I've been able to add a better camera to my 6-year-old camera. So this is the rig that I've now used for the shots that you see out in the garden. Bring it to here. Okay, I've got an old Fuji here, beautiful camera, fantastic, cost a lot of money when I bought it. I was keen to have one, and in 6 years ago these kind of things were a lot of money. That's great. Here's a new one, much cheaper. It's the Panasonic Lumix. Got it because of the excellent zoom. Fantastic camera again, much lighter, much cheaper, but it does mostly the same kind of stuff. And all I do is take the lens caps off, zoom in. Now this is a problem. I can't get the zooms accurate. They're electric. If they were a turn the lens kind of zoom, I could get very fine adjustment. But you push the button and the blessed thing zooms in, and you push the wide angle and it zooms out. And getting the two to be identical is necessary, and it's not easy. But anyway, when I've got both cameras set to the same zoom, I press the shutters on both, and then to get my start point, I flick my fingers like that. That takes a 30th of a second, and that finger flick is dead easy to find on the beginning of so that you can get the beginning, okay? And you just take it from there. You get your clips, you put them into QuickTime Pro, cut out the bits you don't want, find the beginnings of each and put one left, one right, and then hold your finger up here and look at them using the cross-viewing method. Okay, hope that's helpful. I'd like to do some more experiments now. I'm putting all of my efforts up simply so that other people can see my mistakes and maybe feel inspired and take the process a bit further. Wouldn't it be great if more people would learn to do it, and if the big companies would make videos of rock concerts using this system so that we could watch them in 3D? I think that would be pretty neat. And let me say one more time, there's no reason why it shouldn't be a popular method. The Magic Eye books were very successful. They use exactly the same method. It's parallel actually. Left on left, right on right, and you have to focus on the horizon, and then you get that 3D image. It's the same system, we're just using the cross method. But they became popular, sold well, and if they could, why can't this? Okay, hope that's helpful. Catch you next time.